This is the continuation of chapter review from topic 1, algebraic expressions. We were on question number 7, which is factorize. So the first question A is 2x cubed plus 6x. When we factorize, the first thing we look for is removing any maximum common out. What we have maximum common here is 2x. What is left inside is x squared plus 3. This cannot be further factorized, so this is our final answer for A. Moving on to question number B, we have x cubed minus 36x. Here again, we can see that we can remove x common out. What is left inside is x squared minus 36. Now the bracket x squared minus 36 is difference of two squares because x squared is a square number and 36 is also a square number separated by a minus sign. So this is known as difference of two squares. So difference of two squares in general, if we write it as a squared minus b squared, can be factorized to give a minus b into a plus b. So first we rewrite it as two squares, so x squared minus 6 squared, and now the next step we can write it as x into x minus 6 multiplied by x plus 6, and that's our answer for B. Moving on to C, we have 2x cubed plus 7x squared minus 15x. We can see that x is common, so we can remove x common out. We have 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 left inside the bracket. Now, in this bracket, this is a quadratic expression which can be factorized by product and sum and splitting of the middle term. So, when we use product and sum, when coefficient of x squared is any number other than 1, then our product is the coefficient of x squared multiplied by the constant value, which in this case is negative 15. So the product is negative 30. The sum is coefficient of x, which is 7. What are the two numbers that multiply to give us negative 30? So 10 threes are 30, and since the 7 is positive, so the bigger number will be positive and the smaller number will be negative. Now we will split 7x into positive 10x minus 3x. So we can rewrite this as x into 2x squared plus 10x minus 3x minus 15. Now we can remove common from the first two terms and from the last two terms. So we have x into, from the first two terms we have 2 and x common out. So what is left inside is x plus 5. And from the last two terms we have negative 3 common out. So what is left inside is x plus 5. Now again we have two terms separated by a minus sign, and between both the terms we have x plus 5 common out. So we remove x plus 5 common out and we are left with 2x minus 3, and that is our answer to part C. That was question number 7. Question 8, 9, 10 and 11 I have already worked in a previous video. In fact, I had missed out 7. Now moving on to question number 12. Question number 12 says expand and simplify if possible without using your calculator. So for 12a, we have root 2 into 3 plus root 5. We need to simply multiply this like we normally multiply out our bracket. Root 2 into 3 gives us 3 lots of root 2. Root 2 into 5 gives us root 2 times root 5. So our answer is 3 root 2 plus a root of 10. 2 5s are 10. Moving on to question B, we have 2 minus root 5 multiplied by 5 plus root 3. So multiplying out normally, 2 5s are 10. 2 into root 3 gives us 2 lots of root 3. Negative 5 into 5, negative root 5 into 5 gives us minus 5 lots of root 5. And negative 5 into positive 3 gives us negative root 15. We don't have any like terms here, so we cannot simplify this, and that's our final answer. Moving on to part C, we have 6 minus root 2 into 4 minus root 7. So 6 4s are 24, and 6 into negative root 7 gives negative 6 lots of root 7. 4 into negative root 2 gives us minus 4 lots of root 2, and negative 2 into negative root 7 gives us positive root of 7 2s are 40. Again here, once again, we don't have any common terms terms that we can add, so we will leave it as it is. Our next question is question number 13, and that is rationalize the denominator. Now, rationalizing the denominator means that there should be no root sign or no surd in the denominator without changing the actual value of the question. So we have our question 1 upon root 3. We need to get rid of the root sign in the denominator without actually changing the value of the question. So if we have root 3 in the denominator, we can multiply top and bottom by root 3. And this, in fact, is 1. So we are multiplying by 1. So in other words, we are not changing the value of the question. So 1 times root 3 gives root 3 in the numerator, and root 3 times root 3 gives us root 9, which is in fact 3. So in this way, we got rid of the root sign in the denominator. Question B is 1 upon root 2 minus 1. Now this is a question where we have a root sign separated by another number in the denominator. So whenever we have this type of a question, when we need to get rid of the root sign, we multiply top and bottom by the same denominator but opposite sign. This is also known as the conjugate. So root 2 minus 1 has a conjugate root 2 plus 1. Now the numerator will remain as it is because it is 1 times root 2 plus 1. So this is 1 times root 2 plus 1, which is root 2 plus 1. The denominator is in the form of a minus b times a plus b, which in fact becomes a squared minus b squared. So this is a squared root 2 squared minus b squared, which is 1 squared. So our final answer will be root 2 plus 1 all divided by 2 minus 1, which is root 2 plus 1 divided by 1, or simply root 2 plus 1. That's the answer for B. Moving on to part C, we have 3 divided by root 3 minus 2. Once again, we will multiply the denominator with its conjugate or same denominator with opposite sign, root 3 plus 2. So in the numerator, we will multiply 3 into root 3. So we have 3 root 3. We have 3 into 2, which gives us 6. In the denominator, we have a minus b into a plus b format, which should give us a squared minus b squared. So a squared will be root 3 squared minus b squared is 2 squared. That is equal to 3 root 3 plus 6 all divided by 3 minus 4, which is 3 root 3 plus 6 divided by negative 1. Now in some cases answer is just left as it is, and in some cases the minus 1 is removed, because in mathematics it's not very polite to leave the minus sign in the denominator. So if we choose to shift the minus sign to the numerator, our answer will be minus 3 root 3 plus 6 divided by 1, which in turn becomes minus 3 root 3 minus 6. So that's our final answer for part C. Let's move on to part D. We have root of 23 minus root of 37 all divided by root of 23 plus root of 37. So once again we will multiply the fraction with the same denominator but with its opposite sign. So we multiply with root of 23 minus root of 37 top and bottom, which is as if we multiply by minus 1. Now in the numerator we have root of 23 minus root of 37 squared, because we have the same bracket multiplied twice, and in the denominator we have the format of a minus b into a plus b, which gives us a squared minus b squared. So let's work out the numerator. The numerator is in the form of a minus b the whole squared, which expands to give us a squared minus 2 multiplied by a multiplied by b and plus b squared. So that is the expansion of the numerator. So let's expand. Our a is root of 23, so if we take a squared, that is 23, minus 2 into a, which is 2 into root 23, into root of the b, so b is 37, and plus square of b, which is 37. b is root 37, so square will be 37. In the denominator we have 23 minus 37. We can add up the like terms in the numerator. 23 plus 37 gives us 60. So 60 minus 2 into, we can multiply 23 into 37, root of 851, all divided by 23 minus 37, which is negative 14. We can remove the factor of 2 common out. So 2 into 30 minus root of 851 all divided by 2 into negative 7. Cancel out the 2 and the 2. So you are left with 30 minus root of 851 divided by minus 7. Once again, answer may be left at this point, but it's better to not leave the minus sign in the denominator and push it to the numerator. So we have minus of 30 minus root 851 all divided by 7, which is minus 30 plus root 851 divided by 7. So that is the answer for part D. Moving on to question E, we have 1 divided by 2 plus root 3 the whole squared. So before working out for rationalizing, we will first work out the bracket and simplify the denominator. The denominator is in the form of a plus b the whole squared, which expands to give us a square plus 2 into a into b plus b squared. So let's work out the denominator. 1 divided by a squared, so that is 2 squared, plus 2 into the a value into the b value that we have, plus square of the b value. So let's simplify this. This becomes 1 divided by 4 plus 2 twos of 4 root 3 plus root 3 squared is 3. This can be further simplified by adding like terms, which are 4 and 3. So 4 plus 3 give us 7 plus 4 root 3. Now at this point we have simplified the square bracket, and now we can start rationalizing the denominator by multiplying the denominator with the same denominator but with opposite sign, multiplying the numerator and denominator. So 1 divided by 7 plus 4 root 3 multiplied by 7 minus 4 root 3 and 7 minus 4 root 3. So it's as if these cancel out to give us 1. So in the numerator we have 1 into 7 minus 4 root 3, which is 7 minus 4 root 3. In the denominator we have in the form of a minus b, a plus b. So that is a squared minus b squared. The numerator remains as it is. The denominator is 7 squared is 49, minus 4 squared is 16, and root 3 squared is just 3. So we have 7 minus 4 root 3 divided by 49 minus 16, 3s are 48. So 49 minus 48 gives you 1. So we have our answer 7 minus 4 root 3. Moving on to the last from this category, we have f 1 divided by 4 minus root 7 the whole squared. Once again, before moving to rationalize the denominator, we will first simplify the denominator. We have 1 divided by 4 minus 7 squared. 4 minus 7 squared is in the form of a minus b the whole squared, which is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So let's do our a is 4, so 4 squared minus 2 into our a, which is 4, into our b, which is root 7, plus the square of b, which is square of root 7. So now we have 1 divided by 16 minus 2 4s are 8 root 7 plus root of 7 the whole squared is 7. We can add up the like terms, 16 and 7. So 16 plus 7 give us 23. So we have 1 divided by 23 minus 8 root 7. Now we have simplified the square bracket, and at this point we can start rationalizing the denominator by multiplying the fraction with the denominator but with the opposite sign. So 23 plus 8 root 7 divided by 23 plus 8 root 7. The numerator is 1 into 23 plus 8 root 7, which remains as 23 plus 8 root 7. The denominator will be in the form of a minus b into a plus b. So that is 23 squared minus 8 root 7 the whole squared. So we have 23 plus 8 root 7 divided by square of 23 is 529 minus square of 8 is 64, and square root 7 squared will give us 7. So the numerator stays as it is. The denominator simplifies to 529 minus 64 times 7, which is 81. So that is our final answer to question number F.